This video we're going to take a look at a relatively new folding saw from the folks at Home Planet Gear, the Eversaw 8.0. Welcome back to Survival on Purpose. My name is Brian. Thanks for joining me. So in this video we're going to take a look at what I think is a relatively new folding saw from the folks company called Home Planet Gear. It is the Eversaw 8.0 folding saw. The folks at Home Planet Gear were kind enough to send me one of these so I could show them to you. And you know, folding saws are something I think that is very important to have with you. If I'm in the woods, if I've got my pack, I've always got a folding saw with me. So when I saw this one, the Eversaw 8.0, I was really interested because I think it shares a lot of the features with some of the really popular folding saws on the market. Plus, it's got a few advantages that some of the others may not offer. So, without a whole lot of further rambling, let's go ahead and take a look at the details and specs on this thing, and we'll get to doing some of that folding saw stuff. Okay, so this is the Eversaw 8.0 folding saw. The Eversaw features an uncoated 8-inch blade with triple sharpened teeth with a 9 tooth per inch pattern, which makes it versatile for all sorts of cutting tasks. Features a rubberized non-slip handle, a gear type locking action, a lanyard hole, and adjustable pivot pin. Okay, so that's some of the specs and the details of the Eversaw 8.0 from the folks at Home Planet Gear. And let me tell you a couple things I like about this saw. And many of you know that I'm really fond of the silky saw, okay? A couple things I like about the Eversaw that maybe even have an advantage over the silky in some ways, in my opinion. First of all, the price. This thing's about $5 cheaper on average than the silky. But I do like the fact that it's a metal frame construction. The metal frame extends all the way back to here, but I also like the locking mechanism. Instead of a push button little pin lock like the Baco's got, this has got more of a gear lock like the silky, and it clicks very, very positively. And then it's just a push button here, very nice and easy to operate. Nothing fancy about it. And this is just a plastic cover on this, so actually the mechanism itself is metal, and so you don't have to worry about it tearing up. It's just kind of orange, just helps you keep up with it in the woods. Also like the fact that the lanyard hole, when you close it all the way, in so many saws I've seen that the teeth actually penetrate into the lanyard hole area, which it gives you an opportunity to cut your lanyard. I like the fact that it's got an adjustable hinge on it, so if you know, as it wears or whatever, or anything like that over a period of time, you can tighten it up and adjust the hinge. This thing has a lifetime guarantee, by the way, so it's kind of hard to beat that. Really comfortable grippy handle. It's just, I like it a lot. One thing I do want to point out is it's very important on saws like this. This is a Japanese style pull cut saw, so it does not cut on the forward stroke. The teeth are just back set just a little bit, so it cuts on the pull, and it cuts really well. So, but you got to be careful when you have a pull cut saw. If you try to put a lot of pressure on it going forward, you're really just wasting your effort, and you take a chance on bending the saw blade. Speaking of bending the saw blade, this one's got enough flexibility in it that it should be pretty resilient, but yet it's not going to be too floppy. It is, again, uncoated, so you know it's a good idea to keep a slight film oil on it or whatever. But that's pretty much all the rambling I'm going to do right now. Let's go back here. I got a piece of down, I think this is poplar, I'm not sure. We'll take a little quick cut on it. It's some, I think it's dead, pretty dry wood. Okay, so here we are. We're on the down poplar, and it feels pretty solid. So let's just start cutting. This is about 2.5 to 3 inches, somewhere in that ballpark. Yeah, this really solid piece of wood here. So that was a piece of pretty recently down limb, I guess, off a poplar tree that looked like it had not been dead long. It was really solid, dense wood. Here, on the other hand, is a piece of live wood. You can see it's just one of those bent over trees, so I don't think we're doing too much damage to the ecosystem cutting this thing, but make a little room for some straighter trees. So let's see how well the Eversaw 8.0 does on some greenwood. Okay, so first let's get some of these little dinglies out of the way here. Dinglies, That's an official bushcraft term. I'm going to try about right here, about the same diameter wood as we cut on the drywood. You see the pressure of the trees under, because another one fell on it and broke it down. Not too bad. Okay, well that's a couple of cut tests with the Eversaw 8.0. I got to tell you, it cuts great. Again, it's a pull cut saw. It just really seems to have a little more leverage when you're pulling than when you're pushing anyway. Maybe it's biomechanically superior. I don't know. But I got to say, it did a great job. I like the handle. The handle's extremely comfortable. I brought some gloves out here with me and didn't even use them because you just don't need them. This thing is really grippy and great. Grippy and great. Another thing I kind of want to take a look at, which is definitely beyond the designed intent of this saw, but it has a very sharp 90-degree spine on back. So, you know, you definitely could use this to strike a ferro rod if you need to. So the only other thing I can really think of that we haven't tested that I like to do in a lot of bladed instruments is how well this thing is balanced. Now, you really didn't think I was going to do that, did you? I mean, it's a saw, okay? There's ridiculous and there's ridiculous. The saw, however, is the furthest thing from ridiculous. This, in my opinion, is a very good saw at a very good price. There you have it. The Eversaw 8.0, just a great folding saw from the folks at Home Planet Gear. I hope this has been helpful. As always, thanks for watching Survival on Purpose. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for clicking that thumbs up, for sharing this video with all your friends, for watching those ads, and thank you so much for shopping on Amazon through the Survival on Purpose links. I sincerely appreciate all your support. There'll be a link to this saw below, and maybe right up here. Once again, my name's Brian. You're watching Survival on Purpose. Remember, survival's not an accident, so be prepared. See you next time. If this is horrible, we're going to find out together. Let me get this out of the way. Come on, man. Ooh, forgot to turn the camera off.